Hey, welcome back to Diet Starts Tomorrow with Mahesh Kothagi. I've got a very special guest today running for the mayor of New York City for 2025. Please help me welcome Corinne Fisher. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
I got it right.
You did it perfectly. Yes.
This is awesome. Congratulations on the campaign.
Thank
I'm excited.
you. Thanks.
I'd love to hear a little bit about that and get to the food and your favorite spots in New York.
Absolutely important to any New Yorker for sure.
Exactly. So you're running for that's exciting.
Yeah, people always like, so you're running for mayor.
It sounds like a lot of work.
It is. It's an extreme amount of work, and I'm someone who loves work. I think work is fun, but this is I mean, I haven't slept since my announcement on January 31st, which is fine. I knew that was going to be the case. Yeah. Happy to sink my teeth into something.
But you're enjoying it. It's fun. So.
I mean, there's some really fun parts, and there's some I would say really disheartening parts where you learn how the sausage is made and it's not good.
Yeah, you don't want to peel back that curtain.
No.
Like, but that's good that you're seeing that because now you know what to...
Well, yeah, and I'm also reporting back because I still have that big mouth from being a comedian. Yeah. And I think that how to run for office should be something that everyone knows. It shouldn't be something that's gatekept. I don't know why it's a secret how you should run for office. That's absurd to me.
It's like I don't even know what is the process even like? Like I don't even know how that starts.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is you have to start a political committee. So, I mean, a lot of the first steps that you're taking are finance-based.
Okay.
You also have to submit basically a full disclosure of every penny you spent.
Oh, really?
Depending on the time period, like for me, it was every penny I spent in 2024 to make sure I'm not doing any illegal wheelings and dealings.
Congratulations. I know that's
Thank
just
you.
Getting to that and then making it like happen is like such a huge thing. So, I mean, that's really cool that you're doing that. We both love New York. As a comedian, this is like, honestly, I think this is the greatest city in the world.
It is. And I love running for mayor of New York City because I can slander all the other cities.
Yeah.
Screw the other cities.
Exactly.
We all know New York City's where it's at.
Yeah.
Screw them.
How long have you been in New York?
I've lived in New York since I was 17 years old.
That's awesome.
So before I was even legally in charge of my own life, I somehow made it here.
You felt the pull to New York City.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
What attracted you to the city?
The arts, for sure. I went to the School of Visual Arts. I have a BFA in filmmaking. I always wanted to do something that would change or change the way people think, or at least give them more information, and then they can make that decision for themselves. Okay. And so I came here with the initial urge to be a documentary filmmaker. I ended up interning for Michael Moore, and I know people, he's a polarizing character, but working on Sicko, it was my first professional credit,
really?
Which is about universal healthcare. And I think you just learn so much. You learn how to have a conversation, and you learn how to present an idea and convince people that this is the best idea, right? That's what politics is. It's selling people on your plan for the future of wherever it is you want to govern.
Went through your website and it's like, I was looking at the points. I was like, yeah, it's like you trying to help everybody. Like it seems like such a basic thing.
It really does. We have to get back to the basics, though. That's what it is.
But
people are like, oh, people don't care about the rights of this group and this group and this group. And it's like, well, people aren't able to pay their rents and buy their groceries. And so if you can't do those basic things for yourself, unfortunately, empathy is not going to continue to exist.
Exactly. Yeah. And especially the rents are going up, the food price. It's like, it's just tougher and tougher. And I think one thing that's special about, I think your background bringing up to this as a comedian, our job is to relate to rooms full of strangers from different, backgrounds, socioeconomic, everything. And I'm like, I think that's like a fantastic skill set to bring into politics.
Yeah, all stand-up comedians know we're the most looked down upon art form. I mean, it's us then mimes, but I think that's a really positive thing when you're going into politics, because you're like, I know what it feels like to be overlooked or not taken seriously.
Yeah.
That's relatable to most people. Exactly. Most people just want to feel like someone's looking out for them.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a big ask.
I think that's a universal thing. It's like everyone has a right to that. And I think, just having those like feelings and like, oh, I know how to talk to people. I think it's such a universal thing, because I feel like sometimes people get siloed into, whatever their career is or whatever that brings them to this, and they're just in that silo. But I feel like this has opened you up to like everybody, basically.
Yeah. I know how to talk to people, and more importantly, I know how to listen to people. That's what, when you have a podcast on the air for over a decade, it's not going to last unless you learn how to listen to people and then ask them follow-up questions.
Yes. Yeah.
And also, I mean, from being a stand-up, we also have to be listening to people. If the things that you're talking about aren't working and you're bombing, you have to change what you're talking about.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very simple.
It's not the audience's fault.
Yeah.
I'd love to ask you. So you mentioned you have a team, you have the volunteers, you have people that are working for you.
Yeah.
What I've always wondered about this, because I don't know about politics. What's the snack situation like there? What's
the snack situation?
Like, what's the food situation?
Well, we're all. It's a lot of Zoom meetings.
Oh, is it Zoom meetings?
Yeah,
okay.
basically.
Okay.
I mean, in a technologically advanced world, especially when you're not, I don't have a multi-million-dollar campaign here, so I don't have a dedicated office for the campaign yet. And honestly, it would just be a waste of money right now. Really, you want to be expanding your staff.
That's true.
But so the snack situation is whatever you have in your own kitchen cupboard.
Oh, so it's anything you want.
It's you know what? Limitless.
Limitless.
See, you put a political spin on that. That was good.
It's not bad. I'm learning.
You are learning. Yeah.
I'm curious. Your experiences in New York and like the food. There's a food podcast. I like to ask my guests.
Let's do it.
Some real hot button topics here. What's your favorite borough for food?
My favorite borough? Well, I mean, people are going to come for me, but I have to say Manhattan because it's where I live.
Okay, all right. I mean,
so
hey,
you're eating most where you live.
That is true.
Downtown, though, I'm like very much a below 14th Street gal. So salt of the earth.
Okay.
You know.
Right. What's your favorite? What's your favorite kind of? There's like one food that you had to eat every single day for the rest of your life.
Greek food.
Greek food.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I love Greek food.
What are your favorite? Is there any Greek spots that you like? Or?
Yeah, my all-time favorite Greek restaurant, and I don't want to slander it, but I do feel like it was better at the previous location, but it's called Snack Taverna in the West Village. Oh. Before that, they were at a smaller spot that had, I think it was literally 4 tables, and you would have to basically get there when the doors opened.
Yeah.
To get a spot. Otherwise, it wasn't going to be in the cards for you. But that's my all-time favorite.
Okay. So Greek food. Do you have any specific types of Greek? Anything in there? Like it's like a spanakopita. Is that a Greek thing?
That is a Greek thing.
Right?
Yeah, that's spinach pie, a little phyllo dough. Yeah, I mean, I love feta cheese. It's cheese, but they also were like, what if cheese had more salt?
Yeah.
And I really love the mindset there.
You can't go wrong with more salt.
Yeah, phyllo dough is delicious, and I think it's a lot of finger food and appetizers that you can get into it, and also really fish heavy. I try to keep a pescatarian diet. Sorry, I don't want to turn all of the city against me. We'll talk about chicken a little bit later. But yeah, that's my all-time favorite food.
Do you like the Greek fries like with the feta on top?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
That's usually
French
what
fries. That's my Achilles heel.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
I know there's very little nutritional value in French fries, but I just think they make everything better.
It's good. Honestly, I read, I don't know if this is true or not, but if you have like gluten intolerance, potatoes are one of the things you can eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if I have gluten intolerance, but I eat a lot of potatoes.
I like that you're like, I don't know if I have this medical condition, but I'm going to...
But I'll eat potatoes.
I'm going to heal myself as if
French
I do.
Fries, right? Okay. There was a spot in the West Village near the Comedy Cellar. There's like a French fry spot.
Oh, yeah, Pommes frites.
Pommes frites, yeah. What are your thoughts on that? You
delicious.
Like that? That's good.
When I was in college, my roommates and I used to go out to dinner every Thursday. We just wanted to explore the city through cuisine, and we would... 9 times out of 10, use pommes frites as an appetizer. We convinced ourselves that getting a massive cone of French fries with dipping sauce, that was an appetizer, and then we would go and eat the entree at a restaurant.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with
delicious.
that. Delicious. The
rosemary mayo that they have at pommes frites, so good.
Are you a ranch or blue cheese person?
Ranch.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
me too.
There's something about blue cheese that, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way.
I don't mind it, but it has to be like very specific.
It's a little pungent. Yeah.
I like that. I like it with like buffalo sauce. If you get like a buffalo wing or something, blue cheese makes sense. But like ranch, I do with like pizza.
Yeah.
I'll dip my pizza.
Oh,
that's
Britney Spears over here.
Is that what she does?
That's who originally introduced me to dipping pizza in ranch. Yeah, it was Britney Spears.
That's awesome. Hey, listen, I know that's a New York thing. It's probably frowned upon to dip your pizza in ranch, but
yeah, it's giving Domino's, but the thing is, Domino's is just different. Like if you say you're ordering pizza and you get Domino's, yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
But if you say you're ordering Domino's
and you get Domino's,
we're all clear.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's the same as Taco Bell is not Mexican food. It's Taco Bell.
It's Taco Bell. That's another category in it.
Acceptable.
Itself. Okay, so all right, there you go. So pizza, you're cool with New York pizza. It's also okay to order Domino's. I like Pizza Hut. Domino's is okay.
Domino's is just a different thing. Yeah.
It's a different thing. Okay, see, I feel pretty good about myself. This is good.
Yeah.
This is pretty
I am not an adult who turns her nose up at fast food. Sometimes you need those chemicals that convince you I'm full and everything's okay.
Yeah,
and that's what fast food is.
That's Taco Bell for me. That's my number one. That's my like. I think Taco Bell deserves a Michelin star, but that's another conversation for another.
If it's good enough for Selena Gomez, it's good enough for me.
Exactly. What was so come in here as a college student? Money's tight. What did you do for food? I know you go out every Thursday night. Like, what are the spots? Like, what are some stuff as a college kid?
God, I have to remember back then what I was even doing. I mean, obviously, you're eating at your college commissary. How
was the food there? As School of Visual Arts?
Yeah, not a lot because it's a small college, so we didn't even have a large cafeteria. There was like a small cafe.
Okay.
But you're eating a lot of bodega food, so a lot of egg and scrambled egg and American cheese on a roll.
Bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah.
And so that's a lot of pints of Ben and Jerry's. At that time, there was a Pickle Bagel across the street, so we were really into Pickle Bagel because at that time it was open 24 hours. So I mean, I was eating dinner a lot, and then as dessert, having a full bagel.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I weighed like 113 pounds, nothing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I wish I could do that.
Not anymore, but at the time it was great. Yeah.
Would you, with your bagels, are you like a traditional person where you're like, it has to be the plain cream cheese, or do you venture into the...
I love veggie cream cheese because I've convinced myself, then I go, oh, we're getting... two food groups here.
Hey,
I'm doing dairy and I'm doing vegetables.
That's not bad, yeah.
And then you have your grains with the bagel. This is almost a complete meal.
Yeah, you're getting your nutrients. You're getting there's protein. In the cheese.
And I like the texture, just a little bit of like the kind of like julienned vegetables or whatever it is.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like green onions most of the time.
I don't like when it's scallion heavy, but the one I had always had a good amount of carrots in it as well.
Ooh, that's nice.
And scallions are always, to me, better. Yeah, scallions, green onions, better than like red onion. They just don't stay with me in the same way.
Yeah. And then I usually do like have you seen it's usually just me and like my son who's like 3 years old and other like little kids ordering. I do like they have like the different, like they have like cotton candy cream cheese. Have you had that?
I have not, but I would be open to it. I love cotton candy. It's one of my favorite foods. So when you talk about, you said, what's the one food that you could always eat? I did say Greek, but my normal answer to that question, like not within the constraints of New York City, when people say, what's your favorite type of food? I always say carnival. Because that is my favorite food group.
I think you just became my favorite guest on the show.
Carnival food is my favorite food.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're talking something on a stick.
Yeah.
Cotton candy, candied apples, funnel cake.
Funnel cake. That's why I was like, what is that thing with the funnel cake? Yeah. The powdered sugar on there?
And arepa sometimes that they'll throw in depending on where
depending on where it is.
Where you are.
Yeah. Oh man, carnival food is good. The candied apples, I was always a little bit worried. I think I must have seen it on a TV show that somebody took a bite and the tooth came out. So I was always like,
that seems like their dentist's problem, not the candied apples problem.
Yeah, it's a dentist's fault. They didn't floss.
Yeah,
and they got to pay the price now.
A candied apple is one of my favorite seasonal treasures.
Okay, season. Yeah, you can only get that in the fall.
Usually in the fall, but sometimes sometimes in the summer. Anytime you're at a carnival, you can get it. I think you'd be hard pressed to find it during the winter.
Yeah.
I did look into like getting one of the kits and making them at home though, and I go, I feel like you have other things to do.
And that's a lot of work.
Right.
That's a lot of extra.
Yeah.
You don't want to be talking to your friend like, what are you up to today? Nothing.
Making candied apples. They're so good. The crunch, the initial crunch. Ugh.
Do you do green apple or red apple on those candy apples?
I'm allergic to red apple. And
are you really?
Usually it's a green apple under there, which I think makes sense because you want the sour mixed with the sweet.
Yeah, that does make
sense. Like a Granny
sense.
Smith is also a Granny Smith I feel like is a little bit firmer than a Red Delicious. I could do like a Macintosh too. I think I'm just allergic to the Red Delicious.
Okay,
and again, like
good.
Yeah, it's like a light allergy.
Okay. It's like one of those. It's like I'm lactose intolerant, but I
don't need an EpiPen, so I guess we could do it.
I'll have some queso.
Sure, exactly.
What's your favorite thing about New York? If you have to pick like. All right, I'll make it easier. If you have to pick 3 of your favorite spots in New York, like non-food related, just like the city, like what's your go-to? If you had like you're stressed out.
We're about to alienate a lot of people.
Let's do it.
So I've lived in a bunch of neighborhoods. So I live right on like East Village, Lower East Side, like half my block is Lower East Side, half my block is East Village. So I really love the Lower East Side. I feel like it's where you still find artists who've seen stuff. Like, I want to be walking my dog and pass by numerous people who knew Andy Warhol. That to me is downtown New York City. And then I lived in Harlem for 10 years. That's the spot that I've lived in the longest. So I really have a special place in my heart for Harlem. I feel like if we're talking about culture and a place where everyone is like a sense of community, I really love Harlem.
Okay, awesome.
I love Harlem. And then, gosh, where would we say? I mean, for third, who should I give third place to? Perhaps I'll give it to Astoria. I mean, as a person who loves Greek food.
Astoria, I was thinking, I
love it. My boyfriend is born and bred in Queens. I love a salt of the earth person, and I feel like you're really finding the salt of the earth people in Queens. Like good people who will help you move.
Yeah.
I want someone with I'll help you move energy.
Okay. Yeah. It's like,
kind.
I'm from Queens. I live in Queens. I'm like, I'll offer to help people move.
Right.
As long as it's not the heavy stuff. I do mean it. I'm just
see.
Listen, I'm not going to carry a couch.
Right. And no one would ask you to.
I'll carry a bookshelf.
That's
a
very
small
nice.
bookshelf. Something like that.
No one in Manhattan's doing that.
That's true. Yeah.
Queens men are good men.
Okay. This is going to alienate a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yankees or Mets?
Oh gosh, I am such a basketball person over baseball. But if we're doing baseball, I do have to go Yankees.
You got to go Yankees.
You know, I own my family business for many years. We owned a baseball card store, and I myself ran it in Larchmont, New York, for several years.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah. So
that's cool.
Yeah, that's what I did, and it was interesting because the initial location was Roselle Park, New Jersey, where my parents ran it for over 30 years. And Yankees definitely took the cake there in Roselle Park, New Jersey. But then when we moved it to Larchmont, it was Mets all the way. And I found that to be very interesting.
That's very cool.
I have to take Mets, though. I mean, sorry, Yankees, though.
I'm going to clip it to say
No.
Mets.
No.
I'm going to clip it to say Mets.
No, Yankees. Why? What are you?
Mets.
Okay.
I live in Queens.
Yeah.
Mets. Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. So you had a baseball card store?
Yeah. But I mean, I just want to go on record and say all the other teams don't really matter. Knicks, hardcore.
Okay. All right. We can agree on that.
Knicks,
100%.
hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. The New York City food scene has changed because you've had the privilege of living here from college up to now into adulthood, right? So it's like, what have you seen that's different? What's changing? There's like so many trends have come and gone.
Okay, so we have to talk about Instagram influencing food.
All right, here we go.
I actually have a bone to pick with a specific place that I was influenced to go to in my neighborhood called Surprise Scoop. Have you heard about this?
No, but it sounds like an ice cream place, and I'm intrigued.
It is an ice cream place. I love ice cream. I don't think it's seasonal.
Okay.
I think you can eat it anytime.
I eat it when it's like snowing outside.
And I'm glad you said that because I tested out Surprise Scoop in the middle of a snowstorm.
Okay.
Literally drove there in a snowstorm. And I was excited because you basically fill out a form that's digital.
Okay.
When you walk in, you know, like a McDonald's style kiosk, and you're just answering a couple questions about like dietary restrictions, things you don't like. But really, you got to be someone who isn't allergic to that much stuff because you're about to be surprised.
So it's a surprise. Like okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you fill it out, and then a mysterious hand through a window. You know, and listen, I take full responsibility. I got myself into this situation.
Okay.
But it's like, you know.
So you saw this on TikTok and then you're
okay. I just like the surprise element. I thought it
cool
sounded good.
Yeah, it's a good twist. It's like
I'm an adventurous eater.
It's like that, what is that, omasake, when they make the chef makes the sushi for you? Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. All right.
And ice cream is safe. You know, the only thing that I'm weirded out by are mystery meats, but I didn't think they were going to put mystery meats on it.
Don't tell me they did.
No, they didn't. They didn't. But the hand reaches out and I bring it back to the car and I got one for myself and one for my boyfriend and I'm eating this and I go, this is vanilla ice cream. It might not have it might not have been vanilla ice cream, but I was like, we just got. His was everything bagel, cream cheese ice cream, which I could taste because they don't tell you what it is. There's no way to look up what it is. You just have to use your taste buds. And his was really easy to decipher. Mine, I go, they just served me vanilla, and I got, and I deserve this. I deserve this for being led by Instagram.
That's hilarious.
That was my punishment, and I deserved it.
So they don't tell you anything. You just, even if they give it to you, so they check your allergies or whatever it is you put on there.
Right. Very minimally, though. And they ask you basically, do you want whipped cream and a cherry? Do you like fruit? Do you not like fruit? Those are kind of the questions. I think I'm going to get something that's going to blow my mind.
Like something like crazy.
No.
Like,
and also the portion was very small for $10. So, but it's my fault. I think if there's a specific type of pink wallpaper with like a green fern on it that if you have that wallpaper in your restaurant, I know I cannot trust you. And also if there's a large neon sign, I'm sus. Sus. And I had a large neon sign in my baseball card store. Different.
That's different. That's not a food. It's not a food establishment.
That was cool. If there's a large neon sign in your eatery, I already don't trust you.
That's hilarious. Okay, so no, I totally 110%. I judge an ice cream place by going there in winter.
Yeah.
Because if they got their shit together in winter, I was like, this place is solid. If there's a line when it's snowing outside, that place is good. There's a place on the Upper East Side. Is it Emack and Bolio's?
I was thinking that. I was like, Emack and Bolio is one of my favorites.
Emack and Bolio's.
I don't know that there was a line though, because I feel like there's so many competing ice cream places up there.
Yeah, there was.
But I love Emack and Bolio.
Emack and Bolio is good. Is that did they sell it in the? They had baseball cups, like they had the baseball hats.
Oh, I have never personally gotten a baseball hat from Emack and Bolio, but I do feel like ice cream tastes better out of a tiny baseball helmet.
It's just like fancy. It's like carnival food.
It's fancy.
It's a fancy.
It is fancy.
It's like a hat. It's like, oh, this is cool. I'm eating out of a hat.
It's more enjoyable.
Yeah, Seduto I think was the other place that was really good.
Oh, I haven't been there.
That place was good. Yeah. Oh, wait. So cotton candy ice cream. What's your thoughts? I know you like cotton candy.
A little. Funny for someone who likes cotton candy. I think cotton candy ice cream is too sweet for me. I'm definitely a chocolate chip mint person.
Okay, chocolate.
I know, and I know people feel certain way about that. Either they really agree or they really disagree. But to me, that's my favorite flavor.
Mint chocolate chip. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. I see that. For me, it depends on the spot.
Yeah.
The mint chocolate chip. Cotton candy ice cream. Honestly, I love cotton candy. Anything, I'll try it.
Yeah.
Cotton candy ice cream is only good for the first 2 bites.
And then you kind of get.
And then it's like I don't taste it anymore.
Yeah.
And then it's like just not good.
Because to me, when I'm thinking about food, texture plays into it a lot. And my favorite thing about cotton candy is the feeling of the puffy going into your mouth and then it melting into that piece of sugar. It's like cotton candy is truly an experience.
That's good. Yeah. You have to, and that's like the carnival food. It's like you get that vibe for it. Yeah.
It's whimsical. Yeah. The presentation is beautiful.
Your life is going good. Mm-hmm. You're eating cotton candy on a stick. You're doing great.
My best friend's child had his 5th birthday and there was a cotton candy machine there and all the kids were in line and I said, I'm also waiting in line.
That's not bad. Dude, that was, I remember going to like birthday parties when I was a kid and like when families that had that thing and it was like the small machine, I was like, this is like, I don't know what's going on here, but this is like the best day of my life.
More impressive than having a Birkin. I go, oh, I'm sorry. Am I in a billionaire's home? Is this Jeff Bezos' house?
So I know what you'll be buying the first day as mayor of New York City.
Yeah, Gracie Mansion.
Cotton candy machine.
And I think it will help morale.
Yeah. Oh, how are you gonna have a bad day when it's cotton candy? That's true. It's like somebody comes to you, it's like I have a problem. He's like, well, hold on.
Yeah.
Cotton candy.
A lot of running for office does feel like just making promises like you're running for the head of student council. Cotton candy for everyone.
Were you into like student council and all that stuff when you were younger?
I'm always trying to make a change. I don't know. I still believe in my heart that we all deserve better and that you just need someone loud to advocate for you. So I've always been like that since I was in high school.
That's cool.
I found out that for prom in my high school, same-sex couples had to get a permission slip signed, and heterosexual couples did not. And man, did that boil my blood.
Oh, that's crazy.
I brought that straight to the principal's office.
Awesome.
I wrote an expose about the fire department trying to take down the school play set. I mean,
that's awesome.
I'm the only person who continually gets called to the principal's office in high school for investigative journalism.
Hey, that's a nice background to have, though. You're for the people.
Yeah. Other people were like making out behind the staircase, and they were like, "Oh, Corinne, another investigative journalism
got, like,
piece."
Glasses and like those folio things with a pencil.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just don't understand why. there's always people willing to keep the secrets of bad people. That's what I don't understand. And I'm not willing to do that.
That's awesome. No, that's great. That's a great quality to have.
It doesn't make, you would think it makes you more likable. I would say it makes you less, but well,
it depends on the person, I guess.
We're going to try. Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
One thing that I miss that has changed in the last few years that they just got rid of, I was wondering if you could maybe bring it back.
Okay.
Is the outside dining.
Yeah. Yeah,
those parking lot.
You miss that? You like smelling exhaust as a.
Listen, I like to know that when I'm sitting down for dinner, that in 5 hours from now, rats will take over this entire table.
Yeah.
There was something nice about it, just like the vibe of like you're outside. And
it's communal.
On a nice day. Yes. And you're sitting, and it's like also made it easier to get reservations for places.
That is the number one pro. Well, I mean, outside dining didn't go away. It's just the extended in the street outdoor dining.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, that's what's
plenty of places still have,
yeah.
The street cafes, which is a popular thing for all New Yorkers. We love that.
They're bringing back the closed off streets. Like what is that called? With there's no cars and stuff. I know they do it in some streets, but I heard they're bringing that back, which is kind of cool.
Where'd you hear that? Where are you getting your scoop from?
Google.
Yeah. So where you're talking about like in Herald Square where they closed off sections, they put planters out, and you can enjoy lunch. I think that's great. I think that's great, especially for areas where there's a dense like work building population, because I think when you take a lunch break, it needs to be not at your desk. You need to go outside
just for mental health.
And take a real break, even if that means sitting in front of Macy's.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I don't find that relaxing, but some people do.
I don't mind it.
As
it
a former employee of Macy's Herald Square.
At Macy's Herald Square?
I was an elf at Santa Land at Macy's Herald Square.
Whoa, we got to talk about
that's
this.
A real New York story.
Okay, I got to hear about that. How did that happen?
Well, again, investigative journalism. So I was doing my thesis film at SVA, and my thesis film was a mockumentary all about the myth of Santa Claus that we've been hiding from children. One of a bad moment in my childhood when I found out Santa wasn't real. My initial distrust in the public.
That's when it began. I need to investigate
when my career
things.
as a public servant began, and so I wanted to take a page from, David Sedaris' Holidays on Ice and really investigate how we're keeping this magic of the mystery of Santa Claus alive. And I thought, what better way to do it than to work as an elf at the most iconic Santa land in the world, I would say. And that's Macy's Herald Square.
That's cool.
And so, I applied, I got the job, and I worked there for the whole holiday season leading up to my thesis film. And I did little elf vlogs.
Oh, that's awesome. What'd you uncover?
I mean, like everything else, it's a rather capitalistic pursuit. There's 12 Santas. I think maybe 13 at that time.
Wow.
And they're all leading other ways. But I did appreciate how seriously they took making sure that the kids didn't see the other Santas. It's basically a maze, and it's the elves' duty to make sure that you never see there are pathways to other Santas. And they're really serious about. I'm probably signed some NDA years ago that I'm now breaking by telling you this.
It's been a few years.
Transparency.
Wow, that's cool. Man, Herald Square is like iconic. Like that's when I think of New York. I'm like, I think of that Herald Square Macy's.
Sure.
I've been there multiple times. Like those escalators. I'm like, these are the original escalators from
I had to run up those. It's so hard because when you work, it was Santa Land on 7. It might have been on 7. So when you work that high in Macy's, you have to allocate like an extra 15 minutes of time to make sure that you're clocking in at the appropriate hour.
That's hilarious. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how were the elves were nice? The Santas were nice?
No problem with the Santas. The other elves, I mean, you only were kind of interacting with people on your shift who worked in your specific Santa house. But I didn't have any problems there.
Was there like a lot of competition? Like, no, our Santa's the best Santa.
There wasn't a lot of that. I think there was competition among the elves because you wanted to get a good job. You didn't want to be like in the back, maintaining a line somewhere in a
so there's a hierarchy to the elves.
For sure.
Oh, okay. So what's the best elf? Like the one that's like next to Santa Claus?
Yeah, and that was me.
Like the bodyguard? Oh, you were the bodyguard?
Well, no, I was the photo taker elf. Oh. So basically any of the elves that are, as you assess, are working side by side with S. Claus himself.
That's awesome. Hey.
Yeah. And so, the thing was, though, I had an advantage because I was in film school. So obviously I was going to be a better photographer.
Oh, wow.
I'm studying this.
That's awesome.
If I hadn't, I honestly probably should have dropped out. But they caught wind of this and they let me take the photos. And it's actually kind of hard because you're not taking it with a camera, you're taking it with a laptop. So you're basically looking in a mirrored image, and it's very hard to get all the kids crying, you know, because they want sales. So if you get a picture back and the kid's crying or not looking in the right direction,
they're not buying that one.
That picture's not getting sold.
Gone. Yeah. That's cool.
So you have to take a good picture.
I can imagine you as like a filmmaker, like I need better lighting here, like I need changing all this around. Can you have more of an expression? What are you thinking about behind that?
Come on, give me some emotion. You're with Santa Claus.
Think about that toy train that you want.
Yeah, and it was nice being a part of this moment. You know, for many kids, it was their first time meeting Santa Claus. So it really was nice, and it really did remind you of the magic of Christmas.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So you know, at a certain point, you're like, I work every day with Santa. You start to believe it yourself.
It's kind of cool. You're like, yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's like when I think New York, that's one of the iconic places, like Macy's Herald Square.
Absolutely. I think tourists and New York natives, they both go wait in line to meet Santa Claus.
It's fun. Like it's just Christmas in New York is just like it's just a vibe.
It's
like
the
a
most
cool
magical
time.
place to spend Christmas. I can't imagine not spending Christmas in New York.
Do you have if somebody's visiting New York for the very first time, what are some places you would recommend they visit?
Oh my goodness. Well, and this is obviously I'm biased, but I always say you got to see a live comedy show.
Okay. Yeah. 100%.
I can't imagine coming to New York City and not seeing a live comedy show. I think the arts is what you want to do. You want to hit a museum, and you want to eat at places that the locals are eating at.
Yes. Yeah. Is there a place
look where the taxi drivers are eating? That's where you want to eat. You don't want to eat in some big line with people with pea coats.
No. Waiting to get in.
No.
Mysterious.
Absolutely
just a hand
not.
feeding you ice cream through the wall.
Absolutely not. You want to you want to go someplace where the grill looks dirty.
Yeah.
That's how you know it tastes good.
And it's been used. They're using it constantly.
Yeah. They're making you a veggie patty, but they just made a chopped cheese there. Yeah. That's what I want.
They scrape the chopped cheese off and they put the veggie patty on. Are there any like mom and pop spaces that you love? Like I feel like Instagram, honestly, like you said it earlier, but I'm like, Instagram's definitely helped a lot of mom and pop places, but I'm also like, it's also kind of ruined it.
Well, it absolutely has. I mean, I have an entire list of. I went through my whole life of eating in New York City. I think. So like I don't. Mom and pop, I guess this makes sense because this is like an Italian deli in Queens, but Sorisso's is a place where I had one of my favorite sandwiches of all times, and this is where my boyfriend lives. But they do it's a chick plant sandwich, so it's chicken parm and eggplant parm on a roll together.
Oh man!
And this was
all right.
So that's when we're talking mom and pop. That's what I want. I want like a hearty Italian sandwich.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna eat this and you'll be not needing to eat for a couple of days.
Yeah, you might not even be able to.
You might not move.
Put your pants on again. That's what I want.
I like that.
I want a place where you're gonna take a paper number. Maybe someone's gonna yell at you for ordering wrong. That's the kind of energy I want.
You gotta get
They're very
yelled
nice
at.
there. Also, I don't want to.
Yeah. No. But hey, but that's part of the New York vibe. Is you're gonna get yelled at. I remember
you're gonna get yelled at.
The first time when I first moved out here, I remember waiting. I went to a bagel spot on the Upper East Side, and I was just kind of like, oh, and the guy's like, what do you want? I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And I've got that, like now I've got that little bit of anxiety,
right.
but in my in me that I'm like, all right, I want that, and then you just move forward.
Right.
That was the most nonchalant way for me to do that.
That was very cryptic. The producer came in to let us know
He's like,
what the time was.
He's like, what spot are you talking about? Okay, cool.
I'm thinking of that sandwich.
That sandwich.
So
let me ask you, is there French fries in that sandwich?
We're not on the Rutgers University campus. No, there's not French fries on it.
Are you hungry? It's crazy how you knew exactly the stuff.
I know. My parents both went to Rutgers. I know what you're talking about. You can, they have a Fat Sal's in Los Angeles where you can get French fries on it. They also do like a California style burrito at Electric Burrito in the East Village.
You're the second person. Alex Payne last week, another comedian, told me about Electric Burrito. He said that's cool, and I saw Electric Burrito's opening a burger spot.
I saw that too.
Doesn't it look unbelievable?
Well, I hope they have an Impossible Burger because 7th Street Burger for my favorite kind of like burger, like kind of like in wax paper.
Yes.
With the not frizzled onions, but like the sautéed onions. a slice of American cheese, soft bun that you can mush with your hands. That's my favorite kind of burger.
Do you do Impossible meat, or no beef?
Yeah, I haven't eaten beef or pork in years, but the Impossible Burger at 7th Street
is unbelievable. Yeah, I don't eat beef, but I used to back in the day, but I stopped. But I always do the Impossible. But yeah, 7th Street Impossible Burger.
It really holds up.
And they do the thing that McDonald's does. They get the little bit of ketchup, they get the little bit of mustard.
Exactly.
I'm like, this is, and they do the In-N-Out. They do the animal style fries.
Oh,
there,
yeah. Because they're always trying. I feel like with burgers, everyone's trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
And it's not necessary.
No.
Although I will say, again, might be controversial, I do like an egg on a burger.
You like an egg on a burger?
I hadn't tried it for years. I was avoiding it.
Okay.
But like separately, I was like, I love eggs.
Sure.
And I love burgers, back from when I ate beef burgers now until, I eat Impossible or Beyond or whatever it is. But yeah, I tried it. It was actually really satisfying.
It's not. I feel like it's more of a lunch thing. I would do it. I don't mind it. I like it. I've done it.
Lunch thing? What are you taking, a 3-hour nap after lunch?
Yeah. Isn't everybody?
Lunch.
Yeah, I like the egg, but it has to be kind of more cooked. I don't do the runny.
You don't see, the runny is what
you like, the runny egg?
Yeah.
It's hard. I feel like
kind of acting as a sauce.
It is. I do like. I'm a big sauce person. But
Me
then
too.
It's
Condiments.
Too messy. What's your favorite sauces?
Well, I mean, that rosemary mayo from Pommes Frites.
Frites.
I also like I like anything that has like a mayonnaise base to it.
Okay.
And I feel like mayonnaise, there's something about mayonnaise that I've found more women respond to mayonnaise than men. I don't know why this
I like
is.
Chipotle mayo.
Yeah. I'm not like a big spice person.
Okay.
Chipotle mayo is fine though.
Chipotle mayo is good.
Wasabi mayo. Have you ever had that?
I have not.
Okay, so I used to
That
work at a
sounds
shoe
good.
store in Nolita.
Okay.
And there was a place down the street that made this very overpriced tuna fish sandwich, but it was worth it because they used wasabi mayo.
Oh, I'll try it. So it's like spice. It hits you after you eat it, right?
And it's a different kind of spice. Like the spice that you're getting from wasabi is it's hitting you a different way, so I don't mind it as much.
Okay. All right.
It's not like a jalapeno hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Jalapeno's too hot.
I mean, I can eat a jalapeno, but maybe like one.
Because I was about to suggest something to you, but you might not like it now.
Let me know.
There's a place called Gotham Social Burger Club.
Oh, I ate there like 2 weeks ago. That's
They
in my
have an
neighborhood.
Impossible Burger.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Oh, I ate it.
There's one in Greenpoint now too. It's so good. That's
Yeah.
another Impossible. They do the Smash Impossible.
Yeah. So that's funny that you bring this up because I was angered that they put jalapenos on it and they didn't tell me.
Oh,
You got to tell people.
You got to tell people there's jalapenos in it. Yeah.
I think like, there's a reason why menus exist and it tells you everything that's on it.
It's keeping.
It's
secrets.
like a movie preview. You go, well, I need to go in with an idea of what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
But maybe again, this is why I was, triggered by Surprise Scoop.
That's
It all
true.
goes back to that.
It's all
my distrust in humanity.
That was like a core memory. The
Yeah.
Surprise Scoop.
Yep.
This is, no, this has been a lot of fun. Is there anything else? Where can people check out the campaign, support you?
Absolutely. CorinneFisher.com. You can donate. You can sign up to volunteer if you're local. Obviously, as the campaign progresses, we'll need people to phone bank as well. But yeah, it's a grassroots campaign, and New York City does an incredible matching program where donations up to $250 are matched 8-1 once a candidate hits a certain financial threshold. So if you're listening and you live anywhere, as long as you're a U.S. resident, please think about donating. $10. Just I think it's a way to show that people do have power, and we have power first and foremost in choosing the candidates that we want to represent us. New York City also does ranked choice voting. So when we're voting in the primary on June 24th, you have the ability to rank up to 5 candidates. So even if you already have a first choice candidate that you're interested in voting for, I'm happy to be your number 2.
Hey, send the phone lines are open.
The phone lines are open. Everyone starts calling in.
It's like, what's the phone number? No, this was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm tempted to go check out this ice cream spot, the Secret Scoop.
Please. I mean, I think you need to report back to the people. This is a food podcast.
I gotta know. Now I'm like, it's got that curiosity part of me.
Well, that's how they get you, but I don't know how they're gonna get return customers. I wanted it. You don't understand. It's like when Tyra was like, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. That's how I felt after I went there. And I want to support small businesses, so I don't want to come here and disparage them. I was even willing to, I'll go back again.
We'll try it. We'll we'll do a live taste test.
But
here.
if you're promising people a surprise, it
has to be. It can't be vanilla ice cream.
It really has to shake. And I'm sure it was
Next time they're gonna
supposed
give you
to be
chocolate
something
ice cream.
else. Yeah.
Maybe they forgot a few things.
I want mix-ins.
You got to mix it. I want that Cold Stone experience.
Yes.
Like, chop it up.
Yes.
The candy bars, put it together.
I was expecting
Something
a
like that.
chunky.
Yeah.
You know, we're competing with Ben and Jerry's here.
Yeah.
You gotta wow us.
Yeah, Ben and Jerry's, they have it down to a science.
Yeah.
They get that extra.
A sprinkle. So I know we
Something.
can't do nuts when we're doing surprise
Sure.
scoop,
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
mean,
sure.
throw
Yeah.
a sprinkle at me.
Sprinkle something. Some kind of like
a sauce,
a sandwich, something.
a cookie.
A donut.
Yeah, love.
See, there you go. Do us a favor. Follow me at Mahesh Kotagi on Instagram and social media, and Diet Starts Tomorrow Pod on Instagram and YouTube. I'm thinking about ice cream right now, to be honest with you.
Me too. I knew that I'm so hungry, and I knew it was gonna be a problem.
Van Leeuwen? Are you a Van
down.
Leeuwen person?
I like Van Leeuwen, but I mean, you know what? I'm a Ray's candy store gal.
Oh.
Black and white
okay.
twist cone.
Okay.
Rainbow
All right.
sprinkles. Get it from Ray directly.
Yeah, that's
Nothing
not bad.
beats that.
You can't beat that. All right. Well, no, this was fantastic. Thank you so much. Best of luck with the campaign.
Thank you so
and
much.
You've got my vote with the ice cream.
Thank you.
That was you won me over with the ice cream. I was like,
That's one vote at a time, baby.
exactly. No, this was fun. Thanks a lot. All right. Thanks, everybody.